Okay, one, two, three. So, can you tell us what the Golden Buddha saga is all about?
Okay, I can only tell you what I know, of course. And I only learned this from sources. I have no personal knowledge. But the only thing that I could tell you are the things that I've learned from many books. And I also had a personal interview with the son, the eldest son of the retriever. Um, Alberto Mali, the son of Alberto Mali Sr. Okay, when we talk about the Golden Buddha, the Golden Buddha was or is a three-footer, one-tonner Buddha. And it all started in Baguio City because since they formed the TAPI, the Treasure Hunters Association of the Philippines, incorporated, one of the main purpose of them is to find the war booties that was brought here during the Second World War. And as the story goes, one of the members of TAPI, Fujigami, if I'm right, Fujigami, he was a son of the Japanese officers to a Filipina. And Fujigami has these maps that was given to Roger Rojas instead, probably the other group. Okay, he gave it to Roger Rojas. Oh, no, not to Roger Rojas, but to Tapi itself. And what they did was to look on the maps and try the possibility if it's really true. And they did started to excavate. And it took them, I think, 7 months to do the excavations.
Where did they excavate? Where did they
the Baguio General Hospital in Baguio City. Okay. Now, I would like to emphasize, or I would like to reiterate, that it was not only Roger Rojas who took the Golden Buddha. It is very impossible for Roger Rojas to retrieve the Golden Buddha by himself because it is a one-tonner. How could he do it by himself? And for 17 months of digging, he could not do it by himself. Like what I said, it was done by the organizations of TAPI. It was a group effort, not only him. But as you can see, or as you will find it in the news or even in the everything in media, that it was only Roger Rojas who has always been focused that he retrieved the Golden Buddha. It was wrong. It was a group effort of TAPI, and Roger Rojas was one of the members, one of the incorporators of TAPI. He is not TAPI, or he is not by himself. He was an incorporator of TAPI. The three major incorporators of TAPI was Umali, which is the president, the organizer. We also have Pio Marcos, the uncle of the president. They call him Prince. And Pio Marcos was one of the what do you call this? Incorporator, and aside from that is Roger Ross and many more.
Yeah, but can we circle back to Judge Pio Marcos? No? He, according to many accounts, he was the one who signed the permit allowing Roger Rojas to dig beside the hospital. Mm-hmm. And it was also him who notified President Ferdinand Marcos of Roger Rojas's, of the Golden Buddha. And that precipitated the misfortunes of Roger Rojas. Mm-hmm. Is that an accurate account?
About Pio Marcos telling the president about the retrieval, there is no record. I don't know. I have no record of that it was Pio Marcos that informed the president. But it was Pio Marcos also signed the warrant, so that they could take the Buddha. And that's why, if you will look on the film, the testimony of Roger Rojas, he went to Pio Marcos and Judge Pio Marcos, and he said that, why did you give those warrants so that they could take the Buddha? And according to him, Roger Rojas, on the documentary films that they made for him, Judge Pio Marcos said that it was the prince. How could I could not do anything about it. And it was even your fault. Judge Pio Marcos was saying, Roger Rojas, it was your fault because you informed the authorities that your Buddha was taken. So that was the story, but I know what happened. And since then on, Roger Rojas was hunted down, because they would like to know more about, aside from the Buddha, if there are more. Of course, there are more.
Yeah. You mentioned the prince. Who are you referring to again?
According to Judge Pio Marcos on the documentary about Roger Rojas, he was pertaining to the President Ferdinand Edelin Marcos. According to Judge Pio Marcos.
Okay. I think one reason why Roger Rojas has been the focus of the Golden Buddha story is that there are court records showing that he was arrested, he was tortured. Essentially, he suffered the greatest misfortune for this great discovery. Was there anyone else you think that we should recognize for this discovery that haven't been recognized?
The President of TAPI,
Who?
Umali Sr.
Okay, can you tell us his story?
Well, according to the Sun, he was still. I wish that he was here, and so was he was. He will be the one telling you what happened. But he was telling me that his father was also experienced torture because his father was also arrested. Not only Roger Rojas, also his father was arrested, and his father was jailed together with Benigno Aquino. They were in the same cell with Benigno Aquino and Mitra. And he was telling me that he was still a boy then, together with his mother. And every time they visit their mother, his father, his mother is even stripped down, to see if there's something in her before they could visit the father.
Mr. Umali was arrested because Marcos wanted the locations of other sites containing war booties.
Not the other sites, but because they believe that it was not only the Buddha that's in there. They believe that more. In fact, there are more. The reason why when they retrieved the Buddhas and put it in the house of Roger Rojas were looking for buyers so that they could sell the Buddha, and the money that they'll be getting from the sales will be used to continue retrieval of the others, because there are a lot more. In fact, it was said that it took another year, for 1 year, to retrieve everything, using the military vehicles, the M35, something like that. And it took a year to be able to retrieve everything.
So there were more than just the Buddha,
Yes,
with the uncut diamonds and the 24 gold bars.
it took them a year to retrieve the others.
So what do you think were the others?
Where?
Now, what were the others?
Gold bars.
Still gold bars?
Yes. There were gold bars. And it is gold bars because, the son were telling me that their parents, his parents, even the group, took each one. And they hid it. And what they did, I think they blasted it so that it would be covered. And then they were selling the Buddha so that they could get more money so that they could retrieve the rest.
Okay.
That was the reason why they were selling it.
Okay. In the case that Mr. Rojas filed against President Marcos, during the, I think a golden Buddha was presented in court.
The fake one.
Okay.
The fake one.
Okay. Where is
It's still in Baguio right now. It's still in Baguio.
Who has possession of this?
The
fake-
court.
Okay.
It's still in the court. In fact, there was a problem when they, I do not know if it's Henry or part of some of the people. They would like to retrieve the Buddha from the court to make it as a souvenir. But of course, the court did not, release it, and it's still in the Baguio court right now.
Okay. I also read somewhere that the son of Mr. Rojas has already issued a statement saying that no golden Buddha was found. That the replica that is now in the possession of the court was exactly the one that was retrieved from
It
the
was
tunnel.
not the son. It was the brother Jose. The documentary films that you're pertaining to me was wrong.
Okay.
It was not Henry that was telling that. It was his brother Jose. There is a problem there. When the Buddha was taken, Jose, the brother of Roger Rojas, they took a picture together with him. He was there. And then later on, when he was old, he was saying that there was no Buddha.
Why the sudden U-turn, you think?
Somebody probably shut his mouth up for a reciprocating amount.
Okay.
How could you say that there is? How could you betray your own brother? And how could you say that there is no such thing when you were there, taking a picture with the Buddha? How could you deny it? And even I myself, even I myself, when I was watching the documentary, because I have the documentary when Jose was saying that he didn't find any, that there was no Buddha, I was angry. I was angry because how could you betray your own brother? Okay. And there is a great evidence that he knew it, because when the Buddha was taken and was brought to the house of Roger Rojas, he was there. They were taken. They had a picture together with Roger. How could you deny it? So I was angry. I was angry with him.
Okay. Where do you think the Buddha is right now? There have been accounts that it's in one of Imelda Marcos's apartments in New York.
No,
It's still in
here.
Hawaii.
It's still
Okay.
here.
Okay.
What I know, I'm not a clairvoyant or whatever, but this is what I heard. That the Buddha is on a pyramid type. It's, how do you call it? Black granite. It's covered, it's on a pyramid granite with cut on the top. And it's there on top of it with fountains on the side. You could not see it because it's hidden inside somewhere and nobody could see it, but it's still here.
Okay.
What I know, it's still here. Okay. And like what I said, what I know is that they said it's on a pyramid type pedestal thing, cut on top and was sitting there with fountain flowing in.
Who has it right now?
Whom do you think?
Does it start with the letter M?
It's up to you.
Okay. Okay. Pwede na po yan sa